Uncle Josh's Goblin! Welcome to the Breakfast Nook! So, it was bonus month. It was bonus time with the paycheck, so I had an extra couple $1,000s to spend on comic books. And of course, not saving like I should, I really should be saving. I decided to invest in comic books. So the first one I bought from this paycheck was Target. It was a Target. I bought several Targets, actually, and I will be pulling more Targets out. This is Volume 5, Issue number 7. Really good story. Got racist elements in it. The Japanese are portrayed in less than friendly light. And then I bought this. This was a $10 buy, an early issue of G.I. Combat. Reason why it was $10, and I will show you, is the most fucked up way of, messed up way of a comic book destruction. As you can see, it's getting eaten on the inside by something. So, this one sadly probably will only last another 10 years before the bugs that are in it eat it alive and destroy it. Let's put it back in its bag. Not in great shape either. Okay. That one. Continuing my buying racist things, I bought Indian Chief. What the hell? So I was like, oh my God. Native American books that are like making the Native Americans, like, look at this. I mean, completely wrong. Uses terminology that is not correct, and actually it was Native Americans versus Native Americans for the most part, and they didn't put them in strange speech bubbles and stuff like that. The next one I bought is a reprint with the exact same cover of Uncle Scrooge #1. I bought it because this is Uncle Scrooge #1. It's a cover, but this is a reprint. This is a thing. It has more stories than just the Uncle Scrooge story, which was only in the Uncle Scrooge one. Can't afford the Uncle Scrooge one, but couldn't resist that. Found some more Crime Does Not Pay. I love Crime Does Not Pay, and I will be collecting these and buying these up. So, there's a new TV series called Doom Patrol. Well, it's not new. It's out for 3 seasons now, but I am a big fan of the Doom Patrol series. So, I had to start investing in Doom Patrol. So I'm doing my usual buying from the front end and buying from the back end. So I build from the back to the front. And so I'm buying the issues. These are the last few issues of the Doom Patrol. Which brings us to the Doom Patrol, the final issue of Doom Patrol. So it only lasted 21 issues. Only lasted from issue 80 to issue 121 of the Doom Patrol. It only lasted, 41 issues. This comic book spawned a TV series, spawned a winning franchise for DC Comics, and it only lasted 41 issues. But anyways, this is the final issue of the Doom Patrol. The original Doom Patrol was Rita Fair, and we find out what happens to Robot Man, Rita Fair, and Negative Man, and Niles Campbell. Let's just say there's a death in it. Another late issue of the Doom Patrol. Again, going with my Doom Patrol theme. So then, showing 2 at the same time, because why not? These are early issues. This is the second appearance of the Doom Patrol, which I bought for like $15. And this is the third appearance of the Doom Patrol, which I bought for like $15. The first issue sells for like $800. But My Greatest Adventures, the second and third appearance, not that expensive, so it tells you that people are manipulating the market. Then I bought the 4th oldest comic book and its insides. So this is a disaster. So when I saw this on the website, I was like, I gotta get it. It's got its cover. It's the 4th comic book ever published. It is the 4th in a series. It's the 4th comic book ever published. So it's like, whoa, that's like the 4th comic book. Well, I got the cover of it. It cost me $150. Bought the insides from a repo site. Jeep. So this is when I saw someone said weird books, and I was like, weird books from the Golden Age? And I'm like, I gotta have it. So this is the first issue of Jeep. Really, actually, the support stories that come on after the Jeep story, really bad, and the Jeep story itself, not very good. But it's so weird. So basically what it is a story of a guy with his surplus Jeep. He's a former World War II veteran who's come back to the stateside. He's fighting crime. He wears a friggin' cape with business casual clothing. And drives a Jeep that has a blast engine and it has a jet-powered engine in the back so it can fly. Yes, it flies. The Jeep flies in the book. And it fights trees. If that's not weird Golden Age stuff, I don't know what is. More Doom Patrol. The thing that kicked off my Doom Patrol collection. So I bought this at the comic book shop. It is in bad shape. But I now own the first final 4 issues of the Doom Patrol. All right, moving on to I'm collecting Teen Titans, New Teen Titans, and Teen Titans key issues. This is the first Brother Blood. Now, Brother Blood, to most of you, is probably someone you're going, who? Well, he'll be the main villain in the 4th season. So this is one of those, I'm betting it's going to go up in value. No, not really. I just love Brother Blood. All right. Now, this one is going to look weird because you're like, what? Why did you buy this random issue of New Teen Titans? Well, this is the first appearance of Adrian Chase, a.k.a. the Vigilante. Now, this is me betting on money because guess what the Vigilante, which is partnered, the first appearance of the actual Vigilante in New Teen Titans. This is the first appearance of him as the DA, and this is the appearance of him as the superhero. Anyways, Vigilante is in the new Peacemaker series. And so that will probably pick it up. So I'm collecting Justice League, and you're going to see a lot of Justice League, and I'm just going to zoom through them. But I'm collecting the Justice International League. This is the first issue of Justice League. This is not the last issue, but this is one that I just remember because I collect everything where Guy Gardner gets his ass kicked. I was a huge fan of Unknown Soldier growing up. And so when I saw the first issue for $2 of Unknown Soldier #1, I had to have it. Anyways, this is set in Africa. I haven't read it. I've read it. It's good. I got to read the series. But basically, it's a retelling of the Unknown Soldier set in Africa. Only problem is we know who the soldier is. Picking up more AC Comics. Panic! Yes, in bad shape. But yes, more humor magazines. So, thinking I had picked up some random EC comic? No, I had picked up Charlton Comics EA. Now, this is the final issue of A, and it was a humor magazine. It, honestly, it doesn't age well. It didn't age well. Picking up more racist comics? I mean, come on. There's a Native American on the cover. You think they're going to do this one right? Of course not. So, I've been collecting racist comics because I collect Golden Age, and I want to set examples of comics that to show people in the next generation when I retire, comics have racist roots. All right, continuing my collection of Teen Titans. Holy moly, I got a holy grail. I got the first appearance of the new Teen Titans. First appearance of Cyborg, Raven, and Starfire. It's encased in hard plastic, and I can't read it, and I've already read it because I read it digitally. But this is the first appearance of the new Teen Titans in a dream sequence. Okay, continuing on the purchases. Oh, you thought when I get bonuses, I just spend money. So I couldn't resist it. Young Men #3. This is the first issue of Young Men, actually. It wasn't that good. More racist? More racism? Haven't read them? Okay, this is an Uncle Scrooge. This is a Donald Duck that I read when I was a teenager. I loved the California story. So when I saw Old California, I was like, $41. Gotta own the original because I don't own the other one anymore, and if I ever want to read it, I can read it now. By continuing my Target collection. Continuing my Target collection. Yes, I bought more Targets. I just like buying Target. I don't know why I bought this. But anyways, True Stories were very popular and were edited by actually a very famous author. So, continuing with my Crime Doesn't Pay, its sister series was Crime and Punishment, which focused more on law enforcement. So, I picked up a copy. And then, just a bunch of Justice League. Just a bunch of Justice Leagues that I picked up. Random Justice Leagues. And then, I picked up Buck Gordo. The whole series. Signed by Phil. And definitely going to go on my wall over there with my comics, because I'm replacing this with my Myth Adventures. Because this is a better series than Myth Adventures. Just more Justice League. I collected Mars Patrols when I was a kid, so I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it, so I picked up a copy of Mars Patrol so I could own a Mars Patrol. I paid more than I probably should have because, I mean, you can pick these up relatively cheap. These are like $15 to $20, but I paid $35 for it. I love the painted covers. They're great war cover covers, and that's why I bought it. Something that I just wanted to try out. I picked it up because I want to try it out. It's Golden Age. I was like, yeah, screw in comics. Tito and Burrito. I mean, racism, maybe, adding to the racism collection. Pearl Harbor. Picked up another one of them. Racism. You can see a theme here. I collect racist things. Kind of sounds bad. But the reality is, it's not that I collect racist things. I collect them so that I can then present them. So when someone argues that comics don't have a racist origin, I can be like, Tito and Burrito? So I picked this one up. I don't know why I picked it up. It was expensive. Centerfold is loose. It's one of the oldest comic books I own. 1942. That's probably why I bought it, because it's 1942. And finding comics that survived World War II are hard. Finding comics from 1942 are almost impossible. All right, continuing the massive pile. Just a random pile, huge pile of Justice League. And then more Justice League. And then I picked up a very controversial. I found this at the used bookstore, and so I couldn't resist it. I picked it up. My God. That cover. Those covers alone. My God. Actually, Message to Adolf is actually one of my favorite mangas. It was the first manga I ever read, actually. And I actually enjoyed it. It was a very good story, actually. But it does celebrate, those covers say it all. So anyways, that was my picks for this pay period. Thanks for having a bonus, and I got a lot extra.